Hello, this is Chaotix. A few months ago I made a video that went over all of Funky Friday's settings, and to put it bluntly, it kinda sucked. Not in terms of it didn't do well, because it did. It's actually one of my best videos view-wise that isn't just all animations. No, I just feel like I did a terrible job of explaining some of the settings, and couple that with my microphone cutting out half the time, as well as there being new settings recently added to Funky Friday since the video released. And I suppose a remake's in order. So this video will go over pretty much every single Funky Friday setting that there is, to the best of my ability. Do know this isn't a video about the best settings for Funky Friday, because as far as I'm concerned there's not really a single best settings for Funky Friday. Most of it's personal preference. This is just a video that attempts to explain what these settings do so you can make your own settings. Before I begin though, I'm legally obligated by myself to ask you to subscribe. It's free, helps support the channel, and you can always change your mind later. I also have some memberships open if you're interested in supporting the channel in a more direct way, as well as getting some cool perks. It's completely optional, but it helps a ton. Let's get the big one out of the way. Scroll speed. No, it's not in settings, and no, I don't know why either. To access the scroll speed settings, you need to click on the arrow button next to the avatar customization menu, and that will take you to the arrow customization menu. Then, if you click on any of the arrows on your screen, you will get access to a bunch of categories. You'll want to go into settings, and there you can change your arrow speed. There are some other settings here as well, but I'll get back to them once I've gone through the other settings. Right, now to go through each individual setting in order, and explain them as best as I can. Secondary and tertiary character ID/name. This will change the characters used during certain animations and emotes. As an example, I have my brother set as the secondary ID, and my sister as the tertiary ID. Both will show up during the Triple Trouble animation. Decal ID. This will change the decal used in certain animations such as Riot Shield and Screenshot. Simply copy the decal's ID on rule blocks and paste it in. Hide lobby. This will hide a majority of the main lobby, which can help reduce lag. Hide map. This will hide the map during gameplay, which can help increase your FPS. Disable opponent arrows. Toggling this on will prevent your opponent's arrows from spawning. This can reduce lag on certain songs such as Run, where the amount of note spam can cause the game to stutter. Toggle spectate mode. This will toggle whether you can see players' arrows outside of gameplay. Disabling this can reduce lag. Toggle materials. This will toggle the textures in the map, which can help reduce lag when disabled. Toggle shadows. This will toggle shadows, which can also reduce lag when disabled. Toggle props. This will toggle off certain props in the lobby, such as the cars. This can help reduce lag when disabled. Toggle camera movement. During gameplay, if this is enabled, the camera will move towards whoever the active player is. Toggle bot play and bot accuracy. When turned on, in single player, you can fight against a bot. You can change the accuracy of the bots as well, although 94 or over will make the bot 100% accurate for some reason. The bot's appearance can be changed by changing the secondary character ID. The bot will also have a random animation and will be using whatever microphone you currently have equipped. Instant animation snapping. This will make animations immediately snap towards every direction when pressing a key. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the supersonic animation. Camera movement speed. This will change how fast the camera moves if camera movement is enabled. 1 is slow, 20 is fast. This will also affect how fast the camera pan is when starting a song, for some reason. Info bar. When toggled on, this will display useful information at the bottom of your screen, such as accuracy, misses, and your current combo. Opponent's info bar. Turning this setting on will let you see your opponent's information during gameplay. Toggle accuracy gauge. When turned on, a bar will appear on the top or bottom of your screen, which is an easy indicator on how early or late you're pressing notes. Judgment statistics. Turning this on will show your statistics during a song on the side of the screen, which include how many 6, goods, okays, bads, and misses you have. Hide spectators. This will hide any spectators when in-game, which is useful if you don't want any distractions caused by other players. This will not hide the player currently sat down on the speakers. Hide seated players. This setting will hide the player sitting on the speakers performing an emote. Toggle note effects. This will toggle hit sparks when you hit 6 in-game. Scroll underlay transparency. Setting this value anything below 1 will reveal a semi-transparent black background behind your notes, allowing you to see them easier. If set to 0, the background will be fully opaque. Toggle ghost tapping. Turning this on basically allows you to press buttons without suffering any misses. However, you will still get misses for hitting wrong notes. Middle scroll. This setting will make your arrows centered on your screen, which can make it easier to focus and thus easier to play. Opponent's arrows middle scroll. Turning this on will allow you to see your opponent's arrows when middle scroll is toggled on. Toggle health bar. This will turn on a health bar which reacts to your gameplay. This is purely cosmetic unless you're in the deathmatch game mode. Down scroll. When turned on, the arrows will go down the screen similar to games such as Osumania, instead of up, similar to Dance Dance Revolution. This is all personal preference, so don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Arrow replication and arrow style replication. When both are turned on, you can view whatever note skins and colours your opponent has. If both are turned off, you'll see your note skins and colours instead. Toggle hit accuracy indicators. This will show you how accurate your hits are next to your notes, similar to the base game. Coloured hit accuracy indicators. When turned on, hit accuracy indicators will have colours as opposed to them being just black and white. Note hit time. Turning this on will show you exactly how accurate your hits are in milliseconds below your hit accuracy indicator. Missed note sound. Hit note sound. When this is set, this will play a sound whenever you hit a note. Hit note volume. Changes the volume of your hit sound. Pretty self-explanatory. Hit sound time position. If your hit sound starts later or earlier, you can adjust when it actually starts here. Arrow fade. When you release an arrow, it will fade out smoothly as opposed to just turning off immediately. Pressed arrow glow. When you press an arrow, it will have a cool glow effect. Note that turning this off will also turn off arrow fade automatically. Arrow glow speed. This will adjust how fast or slow the arrow glow actually is. Arrow offset. This settings will make the arrows appear either earlier or later. This will not affect hitboxes, however. This is useful if you're using a wireless pair of headphones with considerable delay. Hitbox offset. This setting will adjust the timing of when you're supposed to hit the notes earlier or later. This will not affect when the arrows appear. This is useful combined with arrow offset if you're using a wireless pair of headphones with delay. This can also be useful if using a wireless keyboard with delay as well. Toggle alt tag. This only applies to certain players such as mod authors and content creators. This will toggle your alt tag, which specifies what role in the light group you're in, which is useful if you don't want everyone crowding around you. Now, inside the game modes category, there's a few more toggles. Multiplayer stages. Turning this on will allow more than 2 players on a stage, allowing for 2v2s and 4v4s on the Miko Borgar stage. Both players must have this enabled. This can also be toggled on during song selection. Deathmatch. If both players have this enabled, the health bar will be turned on automatically. If anyone's health bar reaches the end, they will game end, and the match ends. However, as of the making of this video, it is currently not working, so I'm forced to use footage from my previous settings video. Note mechanics. Turning this on will turn on note mechanics such as death notes, poison notes, and required notes. Mod charts. When enabled, this will turn on mod charts for certain songs, such as Detected. This is also currently not working, so I'm using footage from Puni. Thank you for letting me use your footage. The link to subscribe to their channel will be in the description. Multi-key game mode. This will allow you to play songs with more than 4 keys, such as the Shaggy songs. Both players do not need this active, as the player without multi-key enabled will play a 4-key version of the chart. Now time for the arrow customization. If you click on the arrow icon next to the avatar customization menu, you'll get a screen that looks similar to this. There are 3 categories: Customize, Notes, and Presets. When in the Customize category, you will notice there are several subcategories on the left: 4 key, 5 key, 6 key, 7 key, 8 key, and 9 key. Clicking on them will allow you to change them individually depending on what multi-key song you choose. For the sake of this video though, we'll be sticking to 4 key. Clicking on any of the notes will allow you to change it in multiple different ways. Colour will allow you to change the colour and transparency of notes and hold notes. You can use hue, saturation and value sliders, or you can use RGB values. Style will allow you to change your note skin, the direction the arrow is facing, and even what animation direction is played when pressed. Keybind is self-explanatory. You can change or add keybinds per arrow here. You can even have multiple keys press one arrow, and have one key press multiple arrows. Settings is where you can change your scroll speed, along with a few other settings, which I'll now go over. Arrow size. This lets you increase or decrease the size of your arrows. The maximum value is 1.35 and the minimum value is 0.75. Lane offset. This will determine how spread apart the arrows are. Negative values will move the arrows closer together, and the higher values will spread them further apart. Height offset. This determines how far up and down the screen your arrows are. Positive values move them further down the screen, and negative values move them up. That's everything in the customization menu. Next up, in the notes category, you can adjust the appearance of death notes and poison notes. It's basically a mishmash of the colour and style categories we looked at earlier. There's also a toggle at the top called Override Mod Style. Turning this on means that your custom death and poison notes will place the death and poison notes from the original mod. For example, death notes in bad time are normally blue outlined arrows. However, if I turn on the override, they are now expurgation notes, as that's what I have it set to. And finally, presets. Here you can save whatever note skins you have here per game mode. Note that this will not save the note settings, as those are global. Lastly, you might have noticed that certain note skins have a wide variant. This actually changes their hold notes to be much thicker than the original note skin. I'll leave a side-by-side comparison on screen now. With that, I believe I've covered every setting currently available in Funky Friday. Now, here are my settings. If there's anything I don't mention, assume it's either left at its default or left out for privacy reasons such as the player IDs. Toggle camera movement, off. Instant animation snapping, on. Info bar, on. Opponent's info bar, on. Toggle accuracy gauge, on. Judgment statistics, on. Scroll underlay transparency, 0.3. Toggle ghost tapping, on. Middle scroll, on. Opponent's arrows middle scroll, on. Toggle health bar, off. Down scroll, on. Colored hit accuracy indicators, off. Note hit time, on. Miss note sound, off. Scroll speed 1.9. Arrow size 1.35. Lane offset -30. I use the also eliminate circles note skin, and my keybinds are A, S, semicolon, and quote. With that, I do believe that's everything, so thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe. That's what everyone tells me to say anyway. I stream on Twitch sometimes. I'm still not consistent at it, but eventually I might. Memberships are available if you want some cool perks, such as being able to friend me on Roblox and join me when I'm not busy, as well as get a written shout out at the end of videos. And with that, I shall see you all later. Ciao for now.